What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new Breakout Solutions live stream. Sorry, I should have started with good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here today replacing Wasim Debussy, and here to give you the latest and greatest news, Twitter highlights, and adoption highlights in the digital asset space. So strap yourselves in. So I'm about to wrap up all the biggest news that have happened in the week since Tuesday, of course, because we do the same show on Tuesday just to make sure that we are leaving no stone unturned, but we also give you the latest and greatest information so you can make the best decision on when to buy, sell your assets. So let's dive into the news. Let me get my banners up because it's been a while since I've done this. So starting off with the news, we've got Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has announced his candidacy for the 2024 US presidency and pledged to protect Bitcoin if elected. So during a Twitter Space event with Elon Musk, DeSantis expressed his support for the cryptocurrency, stating that people have the right to use Bitcoin and those in Washington dislike it because they cannot control it. Sounds sounds like on the ball, right? That's why we call Bitcoin, decentralized. And it's one of those things that allows you to remove yourself from the current system that we've all grown to know. So DeSantis also warned that if the President Joe Biden is re-elected, the regulatory regime could potentially harm Bitcoin. His announcement comes after he passed an anti-central bank digital currency, CBDC, bill in Florida earlier in May, and other presidential candidates, including Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Vivek Ramaswamy, have also shown support for Bitcoin by accepting campaign donations in cryptocurrency. So, guys, unfortunately, if you don't live in the US, this story probably doesn't mean much. But what is important for you to take out of this, because obviously you can't vote and you can't, help sway the votes of where they're going to be going. It's important for you to know and remember that if either of these three candidates gets accepted, there's going to be some pro-crypto regulations to come in, which is a good thing. Well, we would assume so, because what these candidates say during the lead up to the election is obviously whatever people want to hear. People take sides, they vote, and then when they finally get into Parliament, they've it's always about the over-promise, under-deliver, and that's what all politicians do, unfortunately. So because they're pro-Bitcoin, that's a good thing. Obviously, or pro-cryptocurrencies or digital assets, depending on how deep we go into the rabbit hole. It's important to know and just remember, in the future, if these guys get elected, it should mean something good. But at the end of the day, it may or may not. Now, I don't know if the news is going to affect the price as much as when Elon Musk said that he was in Bitcoin in the last bull market in 2020. We saw the price of Bitcoin go from I think it was 30 grand. Let me bring up the chart. I'll tell you exactly, because I remember exactly where I was when I heard that news, and I was like, well, this is huge for Bitcoin, and I am longing Bitcoin. So basically, right here, I believe, where's my little circle? So it was either, was it here? Yeah, I think it was right here. Right here, about that time, that is where Elon Musk tweeted, he said something cryptic. It was something like, it was about time, something like that. And then the following day he said, we have purchased, there was a lot of Bitcoin. It was like $2 billion worth maybe, or 2 million. I forget what the amount was, but it was a lot of Bitcoin, but that sent us off for the second part of the rally. Now, I'm pretty sure it was there and it wasn't here. I would have remembered, but I'm pretty sure I know where I was. I was in our holiday house in Foster. Yep. And that was the time early. Yep. Definitely this was it. And I was actually in Newcastle on the way to Foster, our holiday home, when that happened, because I remember watching the market and hearing the news, and I was like, there's going to be some crazy stuff. So in history, just like anything, sometimes you remember where you were when certain events occurred. And I remember when I first heard one of the biggest influencers on social media ever, if not the biggest, because he has a lot of following, finally, put relevancy into the market that I have been supporting since 2017. So you can only imagine 4 years later, after getting into crypto, there's finally some validation. Michael Saylor, he's done a great job, but he has not done as much as what Elon Musk did when Elon Musk stated that he was invested in Bitcoin. That's what took us to the next level. I think that's what took a lot of people by surprise, and also what made venture capitalists and big businesses think about adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Because if a man of his intelligence and his and the way that he can sway people into thinking, about stuff like green energy, now that he's into Tesla and so forth, he can have an effect on the markets. And we've seen it with Dogecoin, we've seen it with Bitcoin. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know if these candidates are going to have the same effect. Okay, maybe Robert Kennedy Jr., because he's got a very famous name, so that could sway the votes and sway the price. But I think if Donald Trump came out and said Bitcoin was the best, I can guarantee you the price would go crazy, much higher than any other person out there. Love him or hate him, he has a very good social media following because of the antics. So I don't think these candidates could affect the price as much as Trump, but he possibly could. If Trump gets in and said yes to Bitcoin, because remember, Trump just recently released his own NFT collection. So he's getting into the space. He understands it, and he could also get millions of people back on his side if he became crypto friendly. Anyways, rant over. Next. Let's go to article number 2. US government could create backdoor to smartphones to access crypto wallet, warns Balaji Srinivasan from the Daily Huddle. So former Coinbase CTO Balaji warns that the US government could exploit tech giants like Apple and Google to seize citizens' cryptocurrencies as governments face potential bankruptcy. He believes that a 51% attack on Bitcoin by the US is unlikely, but identifies Apple and Google as the real risks. Srinivasan, or Balaji, suggests that the government may pressure these companies to search for private keys and seize funds. He commends Apple CEO Tim Cook's stance on encryption. Previously, Balaji made $1 million bet on Bitcoin reaching $1 million in 90 days to raise awareness about the US Federal Reserve monetary policies. Now, we talked about this. We showed the tweet, it was a little while ago, and the article about this guy and the reason why he made that bet. So it's good to make sure that you guys understand that, if these big companies, not that there's a possibility that these two big companies could do a 51% attack on Bitcoin, because it's very unlikely. They would need a lot of funds. But you want to pay attention to this stuff, because they're trying once again to change the narrative about why cryptocurrencies were created, the purpose of it being decentralized. Now they're trying to take control of it, because they know that if they lose control, worse things can happen. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that this guy, the whole reason we only found out recently that he did that whole social media, bet, so he could really expose the monetary policies that have been failing, not only just the US, but us all around the world. Everyone, every country. I think we're not talking about it today, but every country is struggling right now. Germany just, I think, said that they're going into recession. So guys, some huge news. Like, Germany is no small country. Next, we have Ledger CEO says sharded wallet keys could be shared if subpoenaed. So Ledger CEO Pascal Gauthier confirms that the private seed phrase of users who opt into Ledger's recovery upgrade could potentially be shared with governments if subpoenaed. However, he reassures that it is unlikely for the Avenger user and would be reserved for serious crimes. Ledger that the update is optional and users can choose whether or not to subscribe to the service. So Ledger representatives argue that concerns over privacy breaches are overblown, as the original seed phrase remains on the device and the backup shards are useless without restoration on a Ledger device. Ledger also states that opening their firmware code is limited by legal constraints from a chip manufacturer. So you probably heard about this. It's been pretty big news that the Ledger update, optional update, as I like to say, is technically a backdoor for people to get your private key. So even with them saying that you can refuse to have that input, if the potential is where someone is able to break into their system and actually do the update automatically the next time someone plugs in their ledger into a computer, that would then give them the ability to get the phrases and then possibly still get into your ledger at a later date. So like, it seems a bit stupid. Like, if you're a big business like this, you are taking a huge leap of faith financially, opening yourself up for this backlash that they're receiving about this backdoor that they're doing as an optional extra. So other companies like Trezor, I'd like to see if Trezor's on public. If like you can buy shares in Trezor, because I would say that their shares would have gone up with the stupidity of the the marketing team and the tech team behind Ledger to just come out with this. So let's have a quick. Is Trezor publicly traded? Let's see if Trezor, how well is public and private keys. No, so it doesn't look like that. Who's Trezor owned by? Found the companies responsible, including the Trezor One. Okay, so I don't think they're publicly traded. They mustn't be that big, but I can assure you that their sales would have gone up in the last 24 hours. Sorry, I was just researching. I wasn't seeing, but yeah, I was trying to see if they were publicly traded. They are not publicly traded. All right, let's move on. So, by the way, guys, we did an amazing event last week, how to find the hidden crypto gems. We had an amazing event, 200 people registered. We had over 120 actually show up, which is a fantastic show rate for these events. And now the replay to Michael's amazing presentation is available to you guys. So if you want to grab it, just head to breakoutsolutions.com/access-replay-page. Let me get this up onto a link for you guys. Bear with me. I'm just creating a banner, so for those of you watching this, you can check that out. Check out that replay page and watch the presentation for yourself. It is 2 hours, but you can fast forward it at 2x to watch it in half the time. There you go. There's some productivity tips for you. All right, next we have the crypto bubbles. Let's check it out. So a bit of a mixed day, Bitcoin having a bit of a 2.5 to 3% pump. So everything kind of followed. Hex is down a little bit. Is that Pulse Chain? I think it could be the new Pulse Chain logo. I'll have to double check. Synthetics, MIOTA, XRP, hashtag Ripple, Casper, Litecoin, Rune, Stellar, Polygon doing great, Arbitrum doing okay. So guys, it's been a reasonable day. I'm still pessimistic. Still optimistic about us going up before we go down, because we're at very heavy resistance, and support. We're a very heavy support. So if we can hold this till next week, the indicators are going to go into the oversold territory, and we're going to have that move up. The stochastic RSI is close to the bottom. I think 25k could be just the worst case, because I think these indicators are starting to change. They're going to change direction, hopefully. So I'm staying positive. This is the first time I've said that I'm super bullish, well, more bullish than I am bearish. Let's just say that, more than 70%. All right, we've got Bitcoin, $26,500, so still staying strong. The crypto fear and greed index is 49, so it's a neutral, and we've been in the same trading zone for like 2 weeks now. So it's super boring, and the entire trading zone like 2.5 months. So we kind of need a resolution. I'm getting itchy feet. All right, let's move over to the Twitter highlights. So the first Twitter highlight is from Troy Cross. Ask not what Bitcoin will fix for you, ask what you will fix with Bitcoin. Fantastic. I think this is, obviously very similar to the Shakespeare quote. I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but I think Shakespeare says that no. It's the old American army recruitment thing. What can you do for your country kind of thing. So, yeah, that's what I think it's from. That's where I remember it. So yes, obviously Think about it. What can it fix for you? I can think of 1,000 things. I forgot to tell you guys, if you don't know, I bought a car in 2017 with Bitcoin. First crypto Bitcoin purchase and the last, because I found out that Bitcoin is a hard-earned asset and you should keep it for life. I sold that car for 0.125 or 175 Bitcoin. So what is that right now? Let's quickly do it. Let's go to the lower end, 0.1275 times 27,000. That car is now worth $3,375 US. And trust me, that car was not worth that then. It's not worth that now. It was a piece of SHIT. So that guy is now laughing that that money that I paid him in Bitcoin is now worth much more and will continue to do so even after this bear market. Alrighty, next tweet. Let's go. Google searching interest for Bitcoin mining. So Namibia, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Ghana, South Africa, Cameroon, Ethiopia, Kenya, Zambia, Lebanon. Hey guys, the countries most affected by corruption, political unrest, and economical turmoil because of inflation. Africa, all these African countries doing really badly, and the biggest adopters, Nigeria. They're coming in nice and strong. So guys, huge things to happen to the African countries. If they can invest in cryptocurrencies early and we can pump their bags, think about how Africa is going to change over the next 10, 20 years when they get all this liquidity from getting into crypto projects early and putting their money to hard-earned work and then reaping those rewards. So good on them. They need that. I've been to Africa. I've seen the poverty and the changes. But look, a lot of people also like the old school way of living, and that's fine. Some of the tribes in the Serengeti, that's their culture, which is fantastic. But there's also some people that would like to see some progression into the future. So if crypto can help them get that, that'd be awesome. Without corrupt governments. Next, Bitcoin is the fulfillment of the internet prophecies. You've got TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, File Transfer Protocol, Email Transmission Protocol, Web Browser Protocol, User Data Protocol, Domain Name Protocol, Cryptographic Security, and then Money Protocol. So it's only time till, instead of us using the new BRICS currency to have international trade and be the next superpower, maybe we can use something like Bitcoin, which is border transaction. There is a ledger, so everything is monitored, and that's what the world needs. Alrighty, let's move on to the adoption highlights. We now have the world's first Bitcoin tower set to be built in Dubai. So a developer in Dubai has announced plans to build the first Bitcoin tower, a hotel chain that will showcase the importance of digital assets and cryptocurrencies. The tower will incorporate cutting-edge technologies such as blockchain and AI, with a focus on material cryptocurrencies, and earn an annual percentage yield that can be redeemed for their rental payment. The project aims to bridge the gap between digital and physical real estate and invites artists, architects, and crypto enthusiasts to participate in creating an exclusive collection of NFTs dedicated to the tower's design. This initiative reflects Dubai's ambition to become a global hub for cryptocurrency innovation and push the boundaries of traditional real estate. So, apologies, I do need to have a quick drink. Our boss and CEO, Michael, just came back recently from Dubai. These guys are very progressive. We're actually setting up our own entity and company in Dubai because of the many benefits of what they allow crypto enthusiasts, investors, and startups to do. So this is a really good thing, and it doesn't surprise me that people are taking things to the next level. We even looked at, it was probably a year ago, there is a crypto island where you can buy crypto. I think it was an NFT, and they will then develop, and that island is going to be self-sufficient. So it's going to be like a mini country. I forget what island it was called. I should look it up, but I think it was called Bitcoin Island, or I'll have to look it up. But it was really interesting, and I'm not too sure if we invested in it. But there was a huge opportunity for that. It was really, really cool. All right, next we have Bitfinex partnership pushes crypto adoption in Latin America. So Bitfinex is partnered with Orion X, a leading cryptocurrency exchange in Chile, as part of its efforts to promote crypto adoption in Latin America. So the partnership aims to support local education programs and initiatives for financial freedom and inclusion. This comes after Bitfinex Securities El Salvador received an operating license in El Salvador and sponsored a coding boot camp in Paraguay. Latin America has seen significant growth in the crypto market, with the region accounting for 9.1% of the global crypto value received in 2022. Several countries in Latin America, including Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico, have emerged as key players in the cryptocurrency space. So we've talked about Brazil looking to obviously be the next big country to possibly adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. It's been in the pipelines for a long period of time. And now, obviously, Bitfinex partnering with Orion is just another foot into that ecosystem where they too, just like Africa, want to use a independent currency because their countries do not and their governments don't know how to manage money. We've talked about the Argentinian inflation, Venezuela. We're releasing some amazing articles for you guys to download. I could probably show you a quick preview. Why don't I show you guys a quick preview of some of the stuff that is coming out for Breakout Solutions? We can't wait to share this with you. So I'll give you a quick little, can I share? Yes, let me just quickly do this. I'm going to quickly share a different screen, guys. Let me share this window. There we go. This is one of our amazing case studies and documents that we're going to be releasing very soon. So, for example, the impact of hyperinflation in the economy and how digital currencies can help. And we're going to basically be trying to educate you and show you. Look at Venezuela. This image is from Venezuela. This is all images. This is all cash on the ground because of the devaluation. They're wiping their bums with the money because it is so devalued. Notes are worth nothing. They have to use stacks of notes to buy pieces of bread, so it's worthless these days. So we're bringing things out for you guys very shortly to educate you more about the current situation of what's going on in the world, why you need to get into digital currencies, why you need to get into Bitcoin, because things are going to change very rapidly in the future, and a lot of you guys aren't prepared for what's coming, and we want to make sure we educate you to understand so you can make the right decisions with your hard-earned money to protect your wealth and to grow it into a nest egg, so in the future you can not worry about all the things that are coming in the future. I just spoke about at the start of this live stream. We have Germany going into recession. Let's quickly look. Germany recession. Germany, Europe's largest economy, hits recession as inflation hits consumers. They're going into a recession. The US debt ceiling is about to be reached. Their chaos is not even we're not even like at the edge yet. The big things are coming. Money is going to go into gold and digital assets because they see it as a hedge against what is happening. So guys, you have to be prepared. You have to educate yourself, and you got to make sure that you are watching shows like this that keep you informed, so you can make the right decision right now to prepare for the future and what could possibly be happening and coming to Australia. Okay, let's go. Let's try and change the narrative. I feel like I've been talking about, so it's heaps negative. So the 3 people that are watching, thank you for watching. If you like what you're watching, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on all notifications for our channel. So last news article for the day. I lost my words there for a second. All right, here we go. Bitcoin payments app Strike adds support for Tether USDT. So Bitcoin payments company Strike has announced the integration of Tether's USDT stablecoin into its platform. The move is aimed at addressing the volatility of cryptocurrencies and facilitating a reliable bridge between the crypto world and traditional finance systems. Users will be able to convert their digital assets into fiat currency quickly using USDT as an intermediary. So let me remove this so you guys can keep reading with me. Overcoming liquidity challenges that have hindered adoption. Strike has also expanded its app to more than 65 countries, increasing its total addressable market to nearly 3 billion people. The integration with Tether is expected to drive a widespread adoption of digital currencies and create a more inclusive financial system. So really cool. I did follow someone new the other day. Guys, if you do want to see someone that knows a lot about Bitcoin, of course, I want to share out other channels that I watch. BTC sessions, if you want to really dive into and immerse yourself into one topic and one topic only, which is the godfather cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, check out BT sessions. Heaps informative, all about Bitcoin. So if you want to really master the understanding of what is Bitcoin, how it functions, wallets around Bitcoin mining and so forth, check out his channel. Really informative stuff. So yeah, if you want an expert on Bitcoin, obviously go to see him. We like to make sure we give you an overall understanding of the whole ecosystem so you don't miss out, because diversifying your portfolio into altcoins, into DeFi, to generate passive income, that is what we do as a business. So if you want to learn how you can make passive income and stay ahead of inflation, cost of living, etc., please come see us. Or more importantly, go watch the replay of our webinar last week. You can check it out. There is the link, breakoutsolutions.com/access-replay-page. Check it out and yeah, give us some feedback about what you can learn in that webinar to find the next hidden crypto gems, because they're out there. You just do a little bit of research and you by finding those amazing coins. We're not going to be looking and teaching you how to find the next Pepe. That's all about community sentiment, but we want to show you real projects, hard assets that can give you and generate you, life-changing money. So check it out. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your support. Shout out to Wasim. He's trying to work on some big projects coming out to you guys. So he asked me to take over, and of course I wanted to jump in so we can continue to develop some amazing products for you guys watching out there. That's it from me. Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and we'll see you guys next week with Bitcoin technical analysis on Monday. Bye for now.